Now, finally, we jump into or dive into the main event. And we did this prediction months and months and months ago, right? Because these fights come out months and months ahead of time, especially, when they're coming out around the holiday break and right thereafter, we're getting way ahead on predictions at the beginning of the new year. So I know we did this prediction a long time ago. It's going to be a great fight. Jack Della Maddalena is not the guy we expected to fight Belal. But listen, sometimes guys get opportunities like this, and JDM's a good fighter to where anything can happen. But Belal looked so good in the last fight. Could he really lose to JDM? We're going to find out. But let's jump into this pick right now. In the welterweight division for the welterweight division title at UFC 315, you're seeing this right. Belal Muhammad versus JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. And this has fans up in arms because Shafkat is not in the mix. But hold on for a minute because Muhammad is the champ. He's 24-3 from Palestine. Jack Della Maddalena from Australia. He's 17-2. So he's no slouch. Both guys 5'11. Bilal's 36, so he's slowly getting up there. JDM, 28 years old, still relatively young, just entering the prime window. So he's still got a long way to go in terms of hitting his prime, his peak performance. JDM's got a 1 inch reach advantage, 73-72. He's a switch stance fighter. Belal stands right-handed. JDM 6.7 significant strikes per minute to 4.4 for Belal. The takedown game is all Belal Muhammad and looked way better since joining with Team Khabib, right? In terms of training, that takedown game is even more of a problem than it ever has been before. Belal Muhammad, aka remember the name, 89% takedown defense, beat Leon Edwards with those 9 takedowns. I mean that's crazy to win the belt. 68-47 on the feet, 9 takedowns to 2. He can just take away your strike game if you can't defend the takedowns. He also beat Gilbert Burns. No takedowns either way, 132-81 in significant strikes. But then you see all of a sudden he gets with Team Khabib and he's landed 9 takedowns. He beat Sean Brady, Vicente Luke, Stephen Thompson, Damian Maia. This is a guy, much like Charles Oliveira a few years ago, who hit his stride, right? You may look at the previous record and say, well, you know, uh, he couldn't beat Leon the first time, had the no contest, lost to Jeff Neal, lost to Vicente Luke the first time, lost to Alan Jouban at the very beginning. But then he hit his stride, took the belt, riding a 6 fight win streak. JDM, 70% takedown defense, and boy, he's going to need all of that. KO'd Gilbert Burns in the third round, despite Burns having 7 takedowns. So more on that in a second because that's an important stat. JDM lost to Kevin Holland or beat Kevin Holland by split decision, but trailed by 22 significant strikes in that fight. That's pretty wild. Beat Basil Hafez by split decision. Randy Brown submission. Danny Roberts he KO'd. And this guy hasn't lost in the UFC yet, winning 8 straight. But hold on a minute. JDM's going to be around for a while. And if you're sometimes guys like this capture the title because there's an opening. There's a window here. And you're talking about you got Ian Gary in the mix, Shavkat Rakhmonov. These guys seemingly are going to be the future champs, right? If Shavkat gets the title, maybe JDM never wins it, but now the gates have opened. You get this opportunity on a silver platter. And this is a time when a guy like JDM has got to capture the title, but I don't think it's going to happen. As much as I like Jack Della Maddalena and would like to see him win, Belal Muhammad, since joining Team Khabib, is a whole different person. He's going to take those significant strikes from JDM and just wipe them out with control time and the takedown game. And we discussed this before. It's much like a football team running out the fourth quarter, just running the ball. You got the lead. We're just going to run the ball, not give it back to you, and chew up this clock. And that's kind of the way Belal Muhammad looks right now. And, it might drive you crazy because there's not a lot of action. And he's got the head on the hip and he's taking you down and he's riding you and he's, you know, position over submission and all that stuff. But it works if you can't stop it. And I don't think JDM can because you go back to that Gilbert Burns fight and he gave up 7 takedowns. Yeah, he still won, but Bilal's a different animal. And those skills are going to be a problem for JDM. I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out, but I got to lean towards Belal Muhammad to get the victory, both in the strike game, which he'll equalize, but really with the control time. We're looking at over 10 to 15 minutes of control time, 9 to 10 takedowns if necessary to win this fight. That's the bottom line. It's not going to be easy, but he's going to make it look easy on his way to getting the win here, retaining the belt, probably by decision, and moving to 25-3. And then we'll see Shavkat hopefully after that. But that all remains to be seen. We got to get to this fight first. Belal wins. Again, to move to 25-3 here, welterweight division, main event at UFC 315. Yeah, so it's just hard to see Belal losing this fight. I mean, again, with Team Khabib, this guy has looked incredible. There's no reason to believe he's going to lose this fight. Now, JDM is solid. The guy is solid. Does he deserve a title fight? I don't know, but he's getting it. And a guy like that's got to be saying to himself, I got to take, I got to take advantage of this opportunity. I might never get it again. Because if you haven't noticed, this division is loaded. I mean, guys coming up like Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Machado Gary. I mean, the welterweight division is quickly consolidating at the top. The question is, how long can Belal hold on? And the way he looked in the last fight against Leon, he might be able to hold on for a while. I mean, some of these guys are really good, but Belal was on a different level. But there's guys coming for him. And Jack Della Maddalena is just the first one. In the post Usman, post Leon Edwards era. And then, of course, you got Usman taking on Joaquin Buckley coming up. So Buckley might be another guy coming up. So, I mean, you got all types of guys here. But the problem with, well, and Buckley's decent on the ground too with the ground and pound. But can he hang with like Shavkat and Ian Machado Gary? I don't know. But you definitely got guys coming up.